Part 1. Introductory. What if intelligence, the very thing celebrated as humanity's greatest gift, is actually our greatest curse? Imagine if the deeper your understanding became, the heavier your burden grew. Schopenhauer once warned that seeing clearly might not lead to happiness, but rather to suffering. For him, intelligence didn't promise enlightenment. It threatened existential torment. Why does greater awareness bring greater pain? And if this is true, can we ever find peace in a world that reveals more absurdity and suffering the clearer we see it? Tonight, we journey into the unsettling depths of Schopenhauer's wisdom, confronting a disturbing truth. Perhaps the brightest minds suffer most because they truly see the darkness of existence. Part 2. The Modern Problem. We live in an era of unprecedented knowledge and interconnectedness. Yet paradoxically, loneliness, depression, and anxiety flourish. Scroll through social media, and you'll see thousands sharing their lives, seemingly happy, effortlessly navigating the chaos of modernity. Yet for many, behind the facade of daily interactions lies a profound alienation, a sense of standing apart, seeing through the superficiality and wondering, am I the only one seeing how meaningless this is? Consider Alex, a successful professional, seemingly thriving, yet privately wrestling with a haunting emptiness. He reads voraciously, stays informed, aware of political turmoil, climate crises, and social injustices worldwide. Each piece of news deepens his despair. Friends seem unfazed, posting selfies, vacation shots, blissfully untroubled by what disturbs him profoundly. He wonders why he cannot detach from the weight of reality as easily as they can. His intelligence, rather than liberating him, has seemingly trapped him in a prison of relentless awareness. This existential isolation is no anomaly. It's widespread. We see it in those who question their role in a career-driven society, painfully aware they're trading hours of their limited existence for status or money. We find it among empathetic souls overwhelmed by collective pain broadcast daily across news feeds. We sense it in those who see the absurdity of modern rituals, commuting, consumerism, online outrage, yet feel powerless to escape. But why does clarity of thought and sensitivity to truth seem to lead to despair? Why do those who think deeply about life often experience emotional pain? Is intellectual and emotional suffering inevitable? To understand why sharp minds feel the world's absurdities so profoundly, we must turn to a thinker who explored this very curse over 2 centuries ago. Arthur Schopenhauer. Part 3. The Philosophical Decoding. Arthur Schopenhauer, the somber philosopher of the 19th century, confronted humanity with an unsettling revelation. More intelligence can indeed lead to more suffering. In his masterpiece, The World as Will and Representation, Schopenhauer argues that human existence is fundamentally driven by an irrational force, a ceaseless striving he called the will, blind and insatiable, forever seeking satisfaction it can never truly attain. But why would intelligence specifically magnify suffering? For Schopenhauer, clarity of thought strips away comforting illusions. Ordinary minds are protected by superficialities, conveniently distracted by momentary pleasures. But sharp intellects penetrate the veil of existence, seeing clearly that life's essence is restless desire and inevitable dissatisfaction. To perceive deeply is to see clearly the absurdity of our ceaseless efforts, ambitions, and desires, an insight unbearable to many. The more one understands, Schopenhauer argues, the more painful existence becomes. Intelligent individuals witness humanity's endless suffering, war, injustice, poverty, sickness, absurdities that persist despite civilization's supposed progress. Awareness becomes a curse because it reveals truth without mercy or comfort. Those who see clearly are burdened not only by their own suffering, but by acute empathy for humanity's collective agony. Schopenhauer illustrates this using the metaphor of life as a pendulum swinging between pain and boredom. When we lack something, we suffer desire. Once obtained, boredom inevitably follows. Intelligent people see clearly this perpetual cycle of dissatisfaction, questioning why we endlessly chase illusions destined never to fulfill. Yet Schopenhauer offers more than bleak despair. He proposes profound philosophical insights into how suffering can be alleviated. His remedy? Detachment and contemplation. He believed art, music, and philosophy offer temporary escape from relentless desire by allowing brief glimpses beyond the veil of will into the peaceful contemplation of universal truths. In aesthetic experiences, the mind momentarily suspends desire, pain, and longing, tasting a pure, albeit fleeting, peace. Most crucially, Schopenhauer advises compassion as the ultimate means to transcend suffering. Seeing universal suffering with clarity doesn't have to condemn us to despair. Instead, it can awaken profound empathy. Compassion transforms awareness of universal pain into spiritual connection rather than isolation. The intelligent mind, though initially trapped by despair, has the potential to find liberation by embracing empathy and kindness as antidotes to the cruelty of clarity. Part 4. The application in today's world. How then does Schopenhauer's warning manifest in today's hyper-aware society, and can his insights help us navigate this modern existential crisis? Alex's despair mirrors precisely the philosopher's caution. Alex's intelligence allows him to perceive clearly the absurdity behind modern rituals, endless consumption, performative relationships online, exhausting workplace expectations. He sees these clearly, yet feels trapped within them, tormented by their emptiness. Yet Schopenhauer offers a practical remedy relevant today: conscious detachment. Alex, like many of us, can choose to practice mindful contemplation, learning to momentarily distance himself from the endless demands of modern life through art, literature, meditation, or philosophy. When Alex immerses himself in a profound book or listens deeply to a piece of music, he experiences temporary liberation from constant striving and existential dread. These moments affirm Schopenhauer's belief that intellectual clarity can lead not only to suffering, but also to profound tranquility if wisely harnessed. Compassion, another cornerstone of Schopenhauer's philosophy, becomes equally potent. Rather than drowning in empathy's heaviness, Alex can use his understanding of global pain to inspire compassionate action, helping others, volunteering, advocating for meaningful change. Schopenhauer's wisdom suggests a counterintuitive truth. True peace emerges not from turning away from pain, but by actively engaging with it compassionately. In doing so, intelligence transforms from burden into gift, clarity from curse into calling. Part 5. The empowerment and conclusion. Schopenhauer's warning was never meant to doom us. It was intended to awaken us. Intelligence need not be a curse. Yes, it shows us pain, absurdity, and meaninglessness, but it also grants us the power to choose compassion over despair, contemplation over distraction. We're not condemned to suffer endlessly beneath the burden of awareness. Rather, our clarity invites us to live authentically, courageously, compassionately. Remember this profound truth. The ability to see life's absurdity clearly is precisely what empowers you to rise above it, to transform despair into wisdom. The world's pain may always exist, but suffering need not be your only response. Choose understanding over bitterness, empathy over isolation, wisdom over despair. In that conscious choice, you reclaim your power and turn Schopenhauer's warning into your own spiritual liberation.